Alrighty, we are going to be doing a little thing on charting here. This is the landing page when you do search and chart and report in Spinitron. Top menu is very useful. And here. So now we're back to using the prefixes, at least temporarily. This should not be a huge deal. So if we wanted to do, say, a rock chart, we can filter from this first page. You can do filters. If you actually have a chart going, you can't do filters. Filters and charts don't work together, at least at the moment. But while you're still in this like search mode here, you can do lots of filtering. And then once you've got the search results you want, you chart those. So that's what we're going to be doing here. So let's say if I'm doing a chart for last 7 days ending today. So I start with spins report. This is a raw spins report. And it's filtered by R. And it's going to give me a long list of things that have been played of late and things that have R dash that aren't in rotation. At least I don't think so. No, it's Eartha Kitt. But let's see how many pages of data we have here. 2 pages. And so on. So most of this looks pretty clean. There's going to be a few. Here we go. Bend in the river. There'll be a few things sneaking in here. Or if you want to do a cut and paste out of a more inclusive but probably cleaner report, search for an underscore. And then you can make this into a chart. Then you can export this. I hit any export button here. Oh, that's right. I'm still in song mode, so that's not going to help me very much. Let me go back there just for a sec. So here I am with this chart. I'm going to go back to search. And now I'm going to go to releases before asking for a chart. Now, this is all, or should be all. Nope, it still isn't. All right. Now, by underscore. Okay. And now chart. There we go. So now our top spins getter is Cyrus Chestnut with 8 spins. So now I have a report with 210 lines. So I'll export this. You don't get a whole lot in the raw spins data, or in this spins data. I'm going to do it as a CSV. So create file. You get this page, and you get, here's the file. So I just save it in my downloads and open it up. And this is the same list. And what I can do now is resort it in various ways in order to get what I want out of it. So I'm going to sort this list. And then let's get rid of all the everything that's not an R. Oops. That got out of control real quick. There we go. Okay, so there's our first R. And let's delete sheet rows. And you should have a spreadsheet. And sheet rows. And now we sort by the spin count field. And now we've got our top, however many rock disks. So, and this should be pretty accurate as we're using the prefixes again. And then whatever comes after prefixes, we'll have to make sure that it's as accurate as this. And you can just cut and paste this into an email or whatever it is that you need to use to get it to your target. But it's fairly easy, and I think that except for this week where things have been a little bit chaotic on the data entry end, this should work fine. So as we get back to using these prefixes now, and then later we'll be able to filter on something else, we should be able to create reports pretty quickly and easily. If you are interested in making sure that the data that you are putting in there is as close to 100% accurate as possible, what you can do is go back to this home page where it's all the spins data and export this. So you're exporting every single spin that there was last week. And so I'm just going to and what you need to do here is just start sorting this big list in various ways. This is if you want to. To me, like really, generally speaking, long term, we're only going to be saving a few spins this way. So the first thing I'm going to do with this big list is get rid of everything that has a year that's low, because none of these are in rotation right now. I'm fairly certain. So if it's not 2018 or more, I'm just going to get rid of those. So if it's 2018 or 2019 or blank, I figure it's possible that it's a rotation item. Also things that are all these, the IDs, probably don't need to be in our count. We'll delete those too. And then go into the bottom and see what's down at the bottom. Looks good. So this is artist, title, genre, I think, year released, add date, and label. Let's start going through and looking for multiple instances of the same artist, like this one, and making sure that they have titles that look like they belong together. And in this case, yes. Let's see, here we go. Alpha. Yeah, that looks good. Also, make sure that the artists are actually the same. Actually, earlier on, I fixed this one because it had been typed in wrong. So that if the artists differ, the releases aren't going to, spins on that release are going to be separated out. So here's another one. Trilog. Looks good. So sleep at the wheel, but that's two different releases, obviously. Here's Bad Sports. Okay, they look good. Poetry of Jazz. That looks good. Yep, they all look good. Let's see. For some B, this is a little bit time consuming. But like I say, if you're interested in making sure that every single one of your spins gets caught, you can go through here and then just take note of where there's any inconsistencies. So I haven't found one yet. Here we go. So if you're interested in making sure that Champion Fulton got this other spin, you just note it that you should look for stylings, say, when we're back in Spinitron, and then fix it so that it has the J25 on it, and then all of her spins will be together. So I'll show you how to do that. So what you would do is I was like, okay, Champion Fulton. Let's go back to reports here. And here is the big old list. And let's just look up Fulton. And artists, we're going to filter by this. And there we are. And here is the one that doesn't have the prefix. You'll see right here, I'll click to edit, and that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to hold down the Alt key, click on that. It gives me the chance of editing it. 025. And so, and then I say check. Now, I am thinking that if I chart this on the basis of releases, or wait, did you search on the basis of releases? Yeah. So now it's all one line, and we're good. Some inconsistencies in the record, label for instance, but that's no big deal. It's not going to affect the spins. I know it used to be, Spinitron used to be very sensitive to this sort of thing. This would be two different records before. But they seem to be much better at merging very similar records nowadays. Yeah, and that's that. That's how you do a chart and how you edit a record in order to merge spins data. Now, one other thing that I wanted to talk to you about quickly was other ways of using this in order to pare down. This is a pretty big list. So every week we spin well over 2,000 records. And you want to pare down this list to things that are actually new. So there's going to be various other ways of doing it, but for now, I think that the underscore is the way to go. But if you wanted to do other kinds of filtering, just to make sure, say, the add date, if you want to use the add date, I suggest to you that you not put an end date. Every time I try to use an end date, my search don't work. So here we are from October to January. Let's see if this works at all. No, it don't. So what I've been doing is just like not using an end date. And I'm doing a search, just using an opening. And this pares down the number of spins that we have to worry about to about 400. I happen to know that there's more rotation spins than that. We're losing like about 30 spins here. But this also works pretty well. And as you see, almost everything is a rotation spin. So another thing that you can do aside from date added, so remember, with date added, just do the open date, like the oldest thing you want. So another thing that you can do is do release dates. Say right now, probably 2018 and 2019 would be included. If you search that, what are we going to get? About 450 items. This is more. But what you're going to do here is you're going to find that some of the things that don't have rotation numbers need them. And you can catch a few stray spins that way. I'm not suggesting you do this, by the way. I'm just pointing out that you can. It's one way of, if you want to make sure you get every spin that's coming to you, you can do it that way. And that's about it, because I'm just about out of time here. There you go. Spinitron reporting.